Hey guys, Dave Moore here. Want to make a quick video on what I originally saw on Instagram as being the temple index, and pretty much it being a parody, something funny. So I kind of played along, you know, trying to fit in, so I did it. Then I watched a video on Practically Tactical, and the Yeti, Steve Fisher, was on there, and he talked about it, and he has some good points, and I was kind of able to actually learn the real reason and, you know, understand it from a non-parody way, I guess. The reason being, you know, a lot of people say, you know, keep your gun, you know, to low ready, Soul. That way you're in the Soul, you can look around without sweeping the gun on everybody. But if you think about it, if you keep it in the low ready, every time you turn, you're pointing your gun at somebody. If you're in shooting and you're looking for, I don't say more targets, but more threats, you're looking, trying to make sure everything's clear. If you're doing this and there's a bunch of innocent people around, like in a mall, you're sweeping them, right? Or in the Soul, if there's people on the ground, you know, hiding, hands over their head, whatever, you're still sweeping them. So what I learned, what Steve said, was keep it up here, because he saw, just for instances, he saw some Secret Service guys, a video back in the day, and something happened, and, you know, he had the gun up, and he's looking around. Well, if the gun's up and there's people on the ground, people around you, you're not sweeping them with it. So it's up, and then whatever you see, you can re-engage if you have to. Yeah, now I know if there's people, if you're in a house or something, there's people upstairs, yeah, you're sweeping them. But if you're upstairs, there's people downstairs, you're sweeping them. So it's a give and take. But really, I'm going to take a guess and say through a ceiling, through a floor, really don't need to worry about that too much. But if you're up here looking around, you know where your gun is, and you're not sweeping people. So it's up, you can look, you just want to keep it behind your line of sight, so that if you're doing this, you're blocking, you know, you're like a horse blinder, you're blocking your view. So keep it back, put, you know, one of these fingers on your temple, and you can scan around, you know, find whatever. You scan over, see somebody, boom. So that's kind of the theory behind it. What I learned from the Yeti, Steve Fisher. He used to be part of Magpul. I've never had any interaction with him, but I did watch the Practically Tactical video, which was one of their podcasts that they filmed, and he was on it, and he talked about that. So I thought it was pretty cool. Just in case you guys didn't see it, thought I'd share it. So, although you might not really have a use for it in modern life, unless you're in a shooting, there's people around you, like you come out, you shoot, looking around, bring it up. It might not be natural, and if that's not what you're going to do, I mean, if you practice shoot and bring it in, which is what most of us do, I imagine, bring it in, look, you know, that's fine, but it's something to think about. So you're sweeping people, sweeping kids, just shoot, bring it up, looking. So I know a lot of the military, like the SEALs, if you ever watch a video of them, whenever they run, you see them with a rifle, they run with it up, and they're fucking bust ass holding it up. You know, obviously reasons for a rifle, you don't want to get dirt or anything in there, but they run with it holding up. So it's just something to think about, I guess. I figured I'd share it. You know, all of the info that I learned is from Steve Fisher, Steve the Yeti Fisher, well, previously of Magpul Dynamics, and I heard it on the Practically Tactical podcast. So I didn't originate this. I'm not taking credit for it. But all credit goes to those guys. So make sure you check them out. Check out Steve. big old dude. So I believe he runs a training class. He used to be military or law enforcement or something. I don't know that much about him, but check him out. And check out the Practically Tactical podcast too. You know, remember, it might look funny, but this has been around for a while, and people today still utilize it. So it's just, you know, another way to scan and make sure that you're not sweeping everybody. So if you have any questions, let me know. Until then, make sure you check out Steve and Practically Tactical.